Hello, welcome to Math 105. I'm Dr. Romero, Professor Romero, Mr. Romero, Mr. We'll get to know each other during our 16 weeks together. I want to take a few minutes just to show you our Canvas course. This is where we're going to be living for the next 16 weeks, even though we'll be meeting on Zoom on Mondays, and then I'll be on your campus on Wednesdays. I have no idea where yet, or what your campus looks like yet. I've only seen it online, but I've been teaching at Santa Ana College for, let's say, 8 years now. And then before that, you'll learn that I used to be a middle school, high school teacher for many years. Taught at Cal State LA, UCLA, ITT Technical Institute. So I've been around, and now the last 8 years I've been at Santa Ana College. So let's go ahead and take a look at our course. So this is our course homepage. Here I'll be posting our activities when we meet. So for our class sessions, you'll have information here. I'll leave some important documents left up here for you. You'll see our textbook, which is a lot of pages. You don't need to print that out. You have access to that PDF, and the class notes that go with our lectures. So you're going to want to start with two things. You're going to want to start with the calendar, so you can see when our classes meet and what we're covering for those days, and then important assignments when they're due. So you can go through that calendar. I learned that you, at your school, you guys do not have, you don't meet on Thanksgiving week. So I've adjusted the schedule to have no class that Monday and Wednesday. So you can take a look at that, but you still have work, you have project and things to work on. So we'll see what we have as we get there. So I think we'll start with the syllabus. And again, I don't want to spend a lot of time in class reading all this. I'm gonna leave that up to you. It gets boring me talking through it, but there's, again, very important information in the syllabus. It's really our contract. You will see, again, the official course title, when we meet, where we meet, my contact information, and then when I work, how I work to support you, which we call student hours. Some people call them office hours. Really don't have an office. So I'm in the Learning Center at the campus, and then I'm also available on Pronto at those times. You can send questions and I'll respond. You can also send questions any other times, but for sure I'll be available at that time. My Zoom room link, and then my beliefs about mathematics. I'm really hoping to introduce you to a new way of thinking about mathematics. And it's kind of outlined here about why I think we should learn mathematics, why I've become a math person, right? And we'll talk more about that in class as we go through there. But you want to, again, take a look at, as we go through the material here, again, you'll learn a little bit about my beliefs about education, why I teach, what I'm looking for within the class. And then what is the class, right? You have the PDFs I posted. We'll use a scientific calculator. You can have a calculator. If you don't need to, if we're going to be online many times, you can use the scientific calculator from Desmos. I have a link there. When we are meeting on Zoom, you want to be able to, of course, have a computer to access it, internet, webcam, microphone. Now, I understand some teachers may mandate video. I appreciate if you're on video. I understand you want to turn it off too. I've done that before, but I'm always on the video when we're teaching, and we'll talk more about that in class. Online homework, there'll be an online homework system that we use. I'll show you where that is. And then I have written problems I give per unit. There's 4 units in the class. And then we have these ongoing quizzes, or what I call challenge problems, and we do them a very unique way, or a different way than maybe you've experienced, where you'll get a chance to work by yourself. Then you will get a chance to reflect, work with somebody, and then you revise and resubmit. So we'll go through that again when we're together. Projects, 2 projects. You may be done individually or with somebody else. And then we have a midterm and final exam. And we'll talk about that process there. You can take a look at that. And then the grading policies. This is all stuff that you want to take a look at and make sure you're familiar with. I'm not going to read all of these things. You have resources now that you're officially a Santa Ana College student. So you want to take a look at the syllabus, and then again, that is in line with the calendar. I think where you're going to, if you've never used Canvas, this is your first course at Santa Ana College, we use Canvas. I'm not familiar with what you use at your campus for online material, maybe a Google Classroom. The course information's here, my contact, the notes for the class, the calendar, late passes in case you need to be late on homework. All my due dates are suggested due dates to keep you on pace. And sometimes you fall behind, you have work for your other classes and you need to wait a day. So we have late passes. You're going to start here. You can see these assignments are already due tomorrow. What is it? Yeah, the 23rd and then the 24th. You have that. So you want to jump into it. You can get that done now if you want to, so you're ahead. Otherwise, you're going to be doing that tomorrow. So that's our getting started. This is where you will learn how to use the My Open Math system. It's their online homework system. A get to know you posts. I've posted something about myself. I'll learn a little bit about you. Many of you probably know each other. I'll get to know you as we go through this. We only meet twice a week, so it takes a little bit longer to get to know everyone. So this is my initial way to meet you before we get started, or before we have a chance to really get to know each other further. And then a preparation checklist. So keep that in mind there. And then we go ahead and get started. All our materials here. So even if you will see here, we get started, you'll see in the calendar, we're going to do 1.1 and 1.2 on Wednesday. This would be the homework assignment, and then you have the due dates. And then you have you have a link to the textbook. I know it'll open up slowly. So there we go. There will be that first chapter, a link to that you will see. And these are just examples and stuff. I'm not going to do these examples in class. They're really reference textbook for you. I have those other notes that we'll be using to do that. But this is where you do your homework. You just go right down this list here. You will see built into each homework assignment, it will look like this. There's even videos within here. So even if I get lost in class, or we move too fast, or you want to review, there's video examples related. Now you're going to have a question around like, what is this course? And maybe some of you really know exactly what it is. Some of you just said you got forced into signing up for it. It's a college class. It's mathematics for liberal arts students. Now that means that you may not be going to a STEM-based science, technology, engineering, math degree. And so that's why this class specifically counts for that. It's college credit, but if you're going to need calculus, then you're going to need to take more classes, obviously. So pre-calculus and then calculus. So this class just covers a whole bunch of different topics. So it's not its own subject like geometry, calculus, algebra. Those are subjects. Here, we cover different types of things. We'll start with stuff you may be familiar with: percents, proportions, problem solving. And we talk about sets, Venn diagram, stuff you may never have heard before. So we get a sense of different types of mathematics, logic, right? Measurement systems, finance. So it's not easier math, it's just different math, a set of different things to explore the different mathematics. And then we end with statistics. And then on unit 4, we get into probability, expected value. So it'll be an interesting class. It's like a buffet of different math topics that we're looking at. Okay, so I just want to introduce you to the class so you can get started, get to meet me a little bit here. You'll learn more about me, and I look forward to getting to know you better and kind of becoming part of your space, because I'm coming to you. You guys actually know more than I do about each other, how the school works. There's just a lot of things that I'm coming into, so I'm kind of like the visitor. So hopefully you get a chance to view this before class. If not, you'll look at it after, and then I'll see you guys very soon.